Good morning, Angela here at Sew Bright Alpine Quilting, and welcome to day 2 of the Great International Craft Show number 13. This morning we're going to be talking about applique patterns and applique techniques. We stock a wide range of patterns from lots of different designers, and I'm going to share some of those with you now. When you pop in, say hello. If you've got any comments, type them down below and Steve will read them out to me, or we'll get back to you after we've finished. All of the products I'm going to show you will find on in our online store, which you can get to via the shopping mall in the Great International Craft Show, or you can go directly to our website. Sorry, Steve?
Good morning, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you? Hope your parcel arrived nice and quickly. You're going to be making lots of mug mats, I hear. So behind me I have this pattern called Billy. And this is one from Pattern Pool, which is Monica and Alora Pool from just north of Sydney. They have some great designs. Alora's design drawings are just beautiful, and I really love working with the Pattern Pool designs. So I've made up Billy, and this is Angelica. They're part of a set of 7 different designs, which they're called the Ocean Blue, I think it's called. So you can buy them individually. Hang on a sec, sorry. Oh, no. The doorbell just went. The door's supposed to be locked, but the doorbell just went. We've got Gremlins. So yeah, there's 7 in the set. And so there's Billy, Angelica, there's Sienna that I'm going to show you a bit today. We've got Ola the octopus, Dolly the dolphin, Paddy the pelican, and Toby the turtle. So you can see them all on that little picture there. I don't know if you can zoom in and see that, Steve. Thank you. So they're great for wall hangings. You can add them all to a quilt. You can do them individually. We've got another one of Angelica here that we've just done as a little wall hanging. And makes great use of the batik fabric, which I'll show you as well.
Good morning, Eileen.
Hi, Eileen. So these are mainly raw edge applique. So you can do the raw edge applique as I've done here. You can stitch it down at the same time that you're quilting with a straight stitch, or you can do the blanket stitch on the machine first. And we generally, with this method, we would use Applique or steamer seam.
Joan says hello.
Hello, Jane.
Joan.
Joan.
Joan Coco.
Hello, Joan. So steamer seam is a product that has a light tack on one side and a hard tack on the other, and it's actually repositionable. If I can just get it apart, it's repositionable until you iron it in place. So if you've got a layered design, so say you've got doing the ones from Claire Turpin, or any of the ones that have lots of layers in the same design, this is really good because you can layer it up and move it around, and once you get it in the right spot, then you can fuse it. So that's really good, and this is a good one for art quilting as well if you're doing lots of landscapes. And so the Applique, probably most of you are familiar with the Applique. So that's a fusible webbing. So it has the fusible on one side and the paper on the other. So we draw our design on the paper side, we cut it out with a little seam allowance, and then we iron it onto the fabric, and then we can cut it out on the line and peel off the paper and fuse it to our backgrounds. If you're doing like a mock turned edge applique, you can use this product here called Polyfuse. So this is a one-sided fusible. So again, it has fusing on one side, and you can draw your design on this side, cut it out on the line, and then iron it onto your shape, add a seam allowance, and turn that over and use a glue stick, one of your sew line glue sticks, or a bit of rock sands or something to glue the edges down, and then you can hand or machine applique that in place. This product also is dissolvable, so when you wash your project, this will dissolve into little fibres. So that one's called Polyfuse, and that comes from Matilda's Own. It's also very popular in English paper piecing, and you can cut this the same size as your A4 paper and run it through your printer. So if you've got lots of shapes to cut out, you can run this through your printer and print straight onto it and then cut it out, which saves a lot of time. So for tracing, I mainly use the Trio pencil from Sew because it has the 3 different coloured leads. So it has a lead colour, it has white, and it has pink. That one's the white one. The pink one looks like it's almost out. So yeah, you can just flick around between those two. It has a nice fine lead, and it's really good for drawing lots of detail. Other things that I like to use, if I'm doing the mock hand applique version, I would use a rock sands glue to temporarily hold my pieces in place before I stitch them. And you can also use, if you've got you want your design to wash out, you can draw it on with the styler, which is a ceramic rollerball water erasable ink from Sew, which is also a good one. And when you're ironing, you also need to protect your iron, and you can do that with one of these Teflon mats. So this one is a Matilda's Own one. So the you put the you can use it in 2 ways. So you can, if you've got multiple pieces for your design, so say you're doing something like this little design here from Claire Turpin, and you've got lots of layers that you need to fuse together before you put it on the background, you can lay them all onto your sheet here and give it a little press with your iron, and then peel it off in one piece and then iron it to your background. So it's a really handy thing. And then you can also put your design underneath and put it on top and then iron through it. The heat will penetrate through there to protect the surface of your iron. So that's a really handy one. We have a couple of different versions that have come recently on the market. So the Teflon ones have been around quite a while, and just recently we've come across these ones that are silicone. So we have these ones called Fuse and View. So these are a silicone mat. So they do a similar thing. So same thing, you can layer onto these and fuse your pieces on, or you can use it to, and then you would put your Teflon one over the top, because these are a bit thicker. So I haven't tried to iron through these, but I have ironed on top of them. So we've got 2 sizes in those. This one is a 12-inch by 18-inch, and then we have a 20-inch by 20-inch of that one as well. And I like them because they're purple. I think they're really cute. Okay, so as far as designs go, we've got so many. This little cute little one is a good one to start if you just want a quick little design. It's from Molly and Mama, and it just features this little sewing machine applique, which is really cute. This one I've actually sewn by hand. So I've fused it on, sewn it by hand, and then appliqued some little buttons on as well. So that's a cute little one. The other one from Molly and Mama is this little Millie Mouse one. This is a cute little cushion that has a couple of different sorts of applique on that one, and a bit of piecing. What do we have here? Oh, popsicle, rainbow popsicle from Tied with a Ribbon, Jemima Flint. This is a really popular one. So you can do this in any colours. So the applique element is the actual popsicle and the decorations on the popsicle. So really quick and easy, big pieces to piece. That's a really good one. I've got quite a big selection of the patterns from Claire Turpin, as you saw before. So you've got cushion patterns and quilt patterns that involve the pick and mix template. So we've got lots of different ones of those. The Lovebirds one is the one that you can see on the quilt that's on the ironing board, and that's combined with the little hearts pick and mix design. Big quilts, little quilts, we've got lots of things. Hen house, Delilah. These are just a few. You can see them all on the website. Monica Poole's Quilt As You Go Sketchy Applique, which is really interesting as well. So there's a couple of different designs in those. We've got lovebirds. So you would quilt your background and then you applique over your top of your quilted background, and you do the sketchy applique where you go around 3 times like I showed you on the Billy. And the other one that we've got of that is the butterfly Bliss. Now this one here is called Rainbow. So it is applique. But this one here, you use your decorative stitches on your sewing machine to stitch in between the shapes. So I'm looking forward to doing that one, trying out all the stitches on my new machine. Be Mindful from Michelle Hill. This is a new one as well. And you might know Michelle from her William Morris style designs. So she's made this one in that sort of style. Lots of different Australian animals and flowers and that's gorgeous. The one I'm working on at the moment is this one here called Homemade Is Where the Heart Is. So that one's also from Tied with Ribbon, and that comes in a quick cut kit. So in this kit you get the pattern, and I'm going to turn it around and you'll see that you get all of the fabric already pre-fused onto fabric and laser cut out. So all you have to do is pop them out of their backgrounds and peel off the paper and glue them on. So it makes it really quick. And all you'll need is the background. So in the kit you don't get the background fabric, but we have the finishing kits on the website with this beautiful tulip pink fabric in it as well. The other version, as I was talking about before, was the turned edge, and Carolyn Murfitt from Freebird does that really well. So all these shapes here are cut out with fusible interfacing. So they're not actually glued down in the shape. The shape is glued onto the background. So that's a really interesting one. So you cut your interfacing out and you sew the shape to the interfacing, and you put a little slit in the back and turn it through, so you get that turned edge. So we have quite a few of her patterns. Some you can actually do them raw edge if you prefer, but that's Carolyn's method to do them with that turned edge. So we've got a couple of kits for that project there, which is called Fleurs, I think, yeah, Fleurs Cushion. So that one comes in a table runner and a quilt called Indo Blossoms, and it has a great template set that you can use all 3 for. A couple of other designs we've got over here are from Claire Turpin as well. So we also have a quick cut kit for the Woofers cushion. So that one has all of the fabric in it that you need. So you just need a background for that one as well. And you can see that I've made the Family of Ours cushion here. So your cushions, you can make them in 2 different, a couple of different sizes. You don't have to have square cushions. You can have them more like a pillow if you prefer. The other thing that I wanted to show you, I need to move this one over here, is the wool pressing mats. If you haven't seen those before, they are really great. So we have this one here. So it's just a woolen mat that you can iron onto. I've made a cover for mine as well. But they're a handy little thing to have next to you if you don't want to keep getting up to go to your iron. So we have this size here, which is the 20-inch one. And I find them really useful. Oopsie, that's my little bin. Okay. I just thought I'd show you some tracing out that I'd done for Sienna. So this is the Sienna seahorse that I showed you before. So I've just traced that one out onto the Vlizer flicks. And so now I'm just going to cut that out and I'm going to iron it to the background. But I'm just going to take out this section here because you see it's slightly different colours. So I'm just going to do 2 colours on this one. So down the middle of the seahorse I'm going to use this gorgeous batik with reds and oranges. And then on the body and the rest of it, I'm going to use this beautiful one here that's got purples and things. So I'm going to separate some of the pieces and place them onto the fabric in a similar way to what I did with the Angelica one. So Angelica was actually cut. So all of those pieces came from the one fabric. So that was cut from this gorgeous batik here that has a bit of a rainbow on it. And then that'll go on a lovely blue dot background as well. So I'll get onto that later, and I'll show you that this afternoon when we come back to talk about English paper piecing. So I'm going to show you through the new Grand Paddle Wheel, all the templates, and we'll do a quick demo on English paper piecing, and we'll also show you some of the Helen Stubbings English paper piecing ones that we have as well. If you've got any questions, type them in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Happy shopping, and we'll see you this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Bye bye.